Okay. Lucio, Brig, 3K. I played Lucio the first round, Brig the second, third. First round I played pretty poorly. You might want to prepare the hammer. Monka S is what you say. Okay. Second, we kind of rolled. Third was definitely the most competitive. Third one was super close. We 100 could have won. I'm sure there was all they could have done, but they didn't do to turn the tide. Okay. Well, we're going to be doing that. So we're going to try this again. We're going to try it again. Somebody told me borderless windowed. Yeah, see, this is the tomfoolery that I have to deal with. Borderless windowed will work just. Oh, it does work out fine. Chat, can you see this? You can't. You can't. They lied. They lied. They lied. They said game capture would work, but this isn't working. You can't see Epic Pen. Wait, can you? I'm going to try and draw. No, you can't. You can't. This is a complete waste of time, so I can't do Epic Pen. I'll try it some other time, but Epic Pen still doesn't work. You would like to give input as well? Oh, that's cute, 6. Nobody cares what you think. 4.1K. Lucio one trick. Okay. Hey, Reagan. I need to add Epic Pen to OBS. Oh, really? What is a troglodyte? Don't call me a troglodyte. Sounds like a fossil troglodyte. Yeah, exactly. Oh, no, that's not a compliment. Oh my gosh. Why is this the first image that shows up when I research troglodyte? I'm not going to sleep for a week. What is this? This is literally 6 feet. This is 6 feet right here, okay? This is him, okay? This is him. This is what I coach, okay? There's Neanderthal, and then there's a couple steps below. And this is 6 feet right here. It's not me. Stop lying. You're not funny. That's Kron. Nice, right. That's a way to shift the blame. You're too scared to throw it back at me, so you pick somebody else. All right, so we're gonna try this. Epic Pen. OBS. No, okay. No, I don't want to update. Oh, by the way, chat, I clicked to update, and it just takes me to, like, the website to buy it, even though I've already bought it. Okay. This is stupid. This is where I want it. So I'm going to add... Let's just remove display capture there, because we don't need that, I don't think. Yeah, and then we're going to add a window capture. Epic. I think this is what I want. No! What have you done? Wait. This is why I don't listen to you guys. Is it window capture? What have you done? Let me try that one instead. No, it's still like, look, this is I don't want this. This is not good. This is not very cash money. What is it? Where are you? You told me to do this. Maybe window capture then? Right. That will work just great. Okay, so let's try and remove that source. By the way, Epic Pen or OBS and Vegas are like the 2 worst programs in the world. They're like the greatest programs in the world, but they literally... Wait, no, not window capture. Wait, what? I give up. Okay, look, you know, some other time, idiot. Like, please, no. Remove. Some other time. This in Vegas, like, great programs, but if they just worked like they were supposed to, they would be even better. I'm not even referring to just this with OBS, just like the numerous bugs that OBS has. Watching Spilo control OBS is like watching a nature documentary. Why? Are you guys the animals? Will you be doing reviews for VOD submissions channel? I mean, I don't know, mate. Like, eventually. Like, I'm literally backed up in sub VODs, and I've got like 1 more day of streaming, so not particularly likely. I mean, eventually I might get a couple, but I don't know. Review the VOD. Shut up, idiot. If you display capture, I guess it'll work. Otherwise, it seems like there's no transparency. I could try. I'll figure it out later. Okay. Anyway, composition that you're running. What is this? Is this a... Okay, this is ranked. Okay, that explains everything. This composition is literally butt cheeks. You're running like dive with the Symmetra May. Like, you could not have chosen worse support. This is Brawl because we're running Ana Lucio. But this is Dive because we're running Winston Hammond. But no, wait, this is kind of Brawl again because we're running Symmetra May. Like, this is literal Awful. Okay, so I guess like your job here is, I don't know what your job is here. Like to me, like you can't really go in really. I think at this point your job is just to speed your Ana around and keep your Ana in, like speed your Ana like this 3-man crew around. But you can't go right at Lucio because they got a Kree. You can't go right at Lucio because they also have a Moira, so there's like nothing to Reddit on. Like just move your team around. Like when your tanks go in, move your core. Like that's when you want to be speed. When your tanks go in, that's when you're on speed. Outside of that, you can probably sit on heals for the most part. Your comp sucks. Toots. What are the best dive supports? Brig, and then whatever else you want to run with it. Zen or Ana. Okay. You're gonna go to point, which, you know, that makes a lot of sense playing ball. Okay, this is so deafeningly loud. I want to already... Okay, here we go. There we go. Please! Might as well just be in healing here. This is fine. Please be careful. Please be careful. Ah! So, Kree, you must respect this. This is something that you can try very quickly once you know that he has flash, or doesn't have flash, but you cannot commit to this when he has flash. You had no inkling that he did or didn't have flash, and in the meantime, while you're off Reddit Lucioing to your heart's content and risking your life, this is happening. Your Symmetra really could use a pocket right now. Oh, what? Sorry, what? Your immobile hero that you just abandoned died? Gee, I wonder why. This is why you're a waste of oxygen, Anxious Yeti. Because of stuff like this. You go for a Reddit Lucio play, risky Reddit Lucio play, pointless Reddit Lucio play that accomplishes nothing.
Was the NYC Department of Health encouraging the use of glyholes on your 2020 bingo card?
I have a feeling that humor is so below so below my pay grade that I'm not even going to react to it. I mean, I don't even care if it's 200. I don't care if it's 20,000 bits. You're not getting a reaction to that. Okay. Anyway, yeah, you literally risked your life, accomplished nothing, and then killed your Symmetra. Awesome. Stay with your help your immobile heroes. I don't care what they're running. You see Ana Sim, this is your job. Your immobile heroes are your job. The only time that you'd abandon these guys is if they're playing like super greedy spam. And you need to like help your tanks go in, but like you don't need that. You've lost the fight. You're just wasting time here. Like try and look for a boop. Ah, okay, wow. Alright, just get on. It wasn't on your bingo card. I know what bingo is. My VOD, yes or no? Yes! I swear you're literally 5 years old. It's like you're asking for like a Kool-Aid or whatever. Okay. Okay. Again, let's see who of your squishies are you going to be assisting. Okay, so you are off of Symmetra, you're on McCree. So this is, again, another hero that you should stick around with. Like, nothing's changed here. Like, this is the group that you want to be sticking with for the most part. Stay around here. Like, help these guys out, okay? Like, that's your role. You can figure this out in spawn doors before you even leave. Now, a lot of the read has to come from what the enemy team plays, but you can do at least half of it in spawn room while you're waiting for the game to start. Oh, that's great. Good work here. We die. Completely unnecessarily, too. Kool-Aid? You just drop right in the middle there. Like, why? Why are you on the floor? Why are you on the floor against a composition that has CZ? Why are you on the floor, period? You are a feeder. You should uninstall. Boycott? What are you talking about? What's wrong with 5-year-olds? You are. You're everything that's wrong with 5-year-olds. 5-year-olds are ashamed that they're associated with you. I teach 5-year-olds. Or I used to teach 5-year-olds. Most of them are good people, you know? A little whiny, but, you know, good people. Okay? Again, who are you helping right now? Look what keeps happening. You keep going on these like little happy little missions. I think you're trying to help your monkey or something. But like realistically here, what are you supposed to do about this? Monkey's gonna always be too far away for you to assist him, and he's gonna be jumping in situations where either he's going to get the kill without your help, or he's going to die even if you do help. Meanwhile, you've got what's going on over here? Ana, McCree, these are guys you can help, but look at what happens, right? You keep going, and you don't even pay attention to what's going on behind here. Now, realistically, are you going to be able to keep your Ana? Probably not, right? Probably not. But there's still a McCree here, Chief. This is still your job. Speed is only useful for the heroes that actually don't have mobility otherwise. You don't speed your Tracer around the map. You don't speed your Sombra around the map. Why are you prioritizing helping your Monkey and Balls so much? You're not that good at that. You're literally morons, all of you. Every single one of you in chat. I almost said shut up, but honestly at this point I'm so tired of saying that I just don't even care. Just get out. Just get out. You lose, you lose, you lose, you lose, you lose. You lose, you lose, you lose, you lose. You just look like you don't know what to do, okay? And that's okay. It's okay to not know what to do. But the answer is if you see your composition, you have very immobile, squishy heroes, there's your job. Now you could fine tune that based off of what you see, but if you're the enemy Lucio, okay, stop. All right, let's flex the mental muscles here. All right, you're the enemy Lucio. What's the enemy Lucio's job? Huh? You tell me. You are the enemy Lucio for just a second, just to practice. What is your job? Fundamentally. Hey, Reckless Morning. Thanks for the sub, mate. 6 months. Holy smokes. That I didn't really show enough enthusiasm there. Hey, Reckless Morning. Thanks for the sub. 6 months. Pogchamp. Speed the tank core. Ryan, sorry, I agree. Sure. There's your immobile heroes. You speed and then they engage, and then you sit on heal song, and you can amp whenever you feel like it to keep them up. Right? Bingo. Okay. Stop helping your... Okay, stop. Now you've just made a swap to run... Thank you for the sub! Appreciate it. You're on right now, so now your core is expanded. So this is good for you, right? You're going to have fewer distractions. Now please stop. Don't chase the ball. Savvy Drone, thanks for the sub. I love this. Twitch is just like, hey, let's create a hype train thing. What does hype train actually do? Nothing. It does absolutely nothing, but it makes you give me more cash, so I'm all for it. Okay? Don't chase your ball. Stick with your core. Help your speed your Rhine around. Speed your Kree around. And then once you get in the middle of fights, like 6 Feet is saying, quietly flexing his, platinum Lucio gameplay, sit and heal some. You're too much speed. You're like, for those brief seconds, as soon as your Ryan stops moving, you are on heals. Right now, you should be on heals. Right now, you should be on heals. You see it? Right now, you should be on heals. You're amping speed. This is fine to disengage, but your Ryan is not going anywhere. You need to be in heals. Just like every second, it takes 0 time to go from speed to heals. I appreciate you amping speed to get him out, but again, there were seconds where he wasn't moving. You're on heals. You are now dead. You should be dead. You're not dead. You're standing here. What are you doing? There's a McCree there. Hey, Jax. Heal song, genius, and you're dead. Wonderful. Yeti roast? I mean, is it really a roast?
Benny.
Neil, why do you do this? No, I'm not giving you any attention. Again, if you're going to be crass, I don't care how much money you give me, I'm not even going to give you any attention at all. Okay, yeah. Beat, do it now, 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 do it now. Okay, maybe not. I didn't want you to risk it. They'd used all the ults that you needed to counter. Why not? But whatever. You got away with it fine. Just did what? Oh, nice. By the way, nice work, VODs. Masters Diva. PogChamp. I have 3 moderators in the chat. Mod me. I'm not modding you. No, you're worthless. You get nothing. By the way, chat, if I miss questions, just ask them again in a second. Okay. Alright, so right now, again, we have to ask, what is your role? Your role is to speed your core run. Your role is to speed your core run. So the question is when do you use speed and when do you use heals? And we just talked about this earlier in the week. We did another Lucio bot review. It's a lot harder for you to know when you're going in because you don't have like bubbles and stuff and Maywall. Well, you do have Maywall. But when you see your Ryan moving forward or backward, very like decisive, very clearly he's either taking space or closing space, you're on speed. You can even communicate it to your Ryan. When you don't see it, you can swap to heals. And that alone will have a significant impact on the number of favorable trades that you guys take. In other words, the good Rhine swings that you get and good Rhine swings that you get, like good engages and good disengages. But it also means that you'll be building more ult charge because you're going to be wasting less time. Mod me. Nice try. Try it again. Keep trying mod me. You guys will get it. You'll be building more ult charge because you'll be wasting less time in speed where you don't actually need it. Like right now, why the heck are you on speed? You need an infinitesimal 0.1, 0.2 seconds reaction to say, hey, my Rhine is shooting or backing forward or walking forward or backing forward, I say. Walking backwards or walking forward, and you could swap. Meanwhile, you're going to make it 10 times easier for your Ana to heal chip damage. I mean, even this is concerning, right? If your Ana has to nade herself, you're in serious trouble. Hey, nice, it worked for Neo. Good work. Keep trying, guys. You're in serious trouble if your Ana has to nade herself. That's a huge investment of cooldown for basically nothing. But what's Lucio's role in dive now? And almost everybody has mobility, or is Lucio just bad? I mean, Lucio is just kind of bad in dive now. So Lucio's role in dive was specifically to rotate his core around. So like your backline basically, like if you're running like Ana or Zen, you basically have to rotate your core on. But right now with the influx of Brig and her armor pack overheal, Brig just does more. She can't help her team rotate, but she can pocket her DPS. And Lucio's job to peel the Ana or Zen is done a lot easier with armor pack, whip shot, and shield bash. Not just easier, but better. Like whip shot and shield bash are still like relatively a little tricky to hit, like to peel properly. But Brig is just better at it, and Rally is a better ult than Beat. Nice try, glitch, please. Shut up, Son. Yeah, what is going on with the DMCA crud? I don't know. Okay. Anyway. So yeah. Right now, heal song, you need to be aware of that your Ana is at low HP and be dealing with that. You're still in speed. You're still in speed. You're still in speed. You're still in speed. Like, I don't care if you already have beat. Like, at this point, it's not even about beat. It's about making it easier for Ana to, like, stay alive. This is good, though. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Now, right now, chat, what song do you think that our Lucio needs to be on right now? Read the situation. What message? Probably not. And knowing you, I completely ignore you most of the time anyway, so. Right here, I was calling a play to amp and then beat aggressively once we took the fight. Okay, this play right here, I like the play call. It's pretty sweet. This is a good location for your ball to engage on. This is like a fat, juicy slam, and yeah, this is fine. So ignoring that play call, just look at this situation here. What should he be on? What and why? What happened to my screen? Speed. Why speed? I just want you to, for a second, pretend that we didn't call out that we're going to aggro beat here. Just pretend that this is like you have no game plan. Why speed? Yes. Yes. You either should be engaging this hard or you should be disengaging all the way to point. One or the other. One or the other. Like something aggressive or something very defensive is going to be happening here. You're either going to go forward or backwards. You're probably not going to stay here. Very unlikely that you're going to stay here. So right now, probably going to be speed song. I would almost certainly say that speed song is a play here. You're amping heals. Why? Why? Look at what your Rhine is doing. Look what your Rhine is doing. Look. 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 Look at you. Look at you. I told you that this was going to happen. I knew it. And I'm not, okay, look, I know I'm really intelligent, really good looking. I can predict the future. I have phenomenal suave, all that kind of stuff. Social skills, top tier, best in the world, that kind of thing. But I didn't even have to, like, even a dum-dum could have predicted that something with your Rhine was going to happen. Either it's going to go in or it's going to go out. Right? And right? There's no surprise here. Something was going to happen. So why are you on heels now? Like, you are literally nothing from the gift of the ball. You're literally backwards. You're a backwards man. You've got toes sprouting out of your head. It's a disturbing mental image. This is what you're doing. You are a waste of space. You are doing the opposite of what you should be doing. The opposite. Yeah, so it makes me uncomfortable too. Good. I want you to just sit there and think about that for a little while. You deserve to be uncomfortable for a little bit. Just go ahead. Sit, think about it. Be uncomfortable. I want you to wallow in it. I want you to dwell in it. Let me know when the discomfort gets to an uncomfortable level of discomfort. It's kind of counterintuitive, but you know. Is that how Sigma will look in Overwatch 2? Ha! Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna sit here and drink some water. Yes, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter though. All you need to do is you need to look at your Rhine. You look at your Rhine. You amped. You could have stayed on. You could have speeded. If your Rhine starts to swing in here, then you can heal. But honestly, even then, you'd probably want to amp speed because if you want to be on amp speed when you take the fight anyway, because that will let your Rhine go in deep or let your Rhine go yow. Okay. Because the point is your Rhine probably won't be standing perfectly still. Even if he is swinging in this general vicinity, he's going to be moving around a little bit. And also means that your McCree and your Ana and your Mei probably won't be standing perfectly still. There'll be some form of movement. So when the engagement starts, you want to be in amp speed. Because that means you can set up your flanks and your off angles and gives your Rhine the option of moving forward and moving back. So amp speed during the engage or disengage, and then you can swap the heals. So even if you're staying here, you can amp speed and then swap the heals for the latter half. So you go in, you go out, amp speed. One or the other. I just literally jammed my ankle out. Yeah, they are really short. Well, they're kind of riding up. They're not even my shorts. I don't know. It gets cold. I mean, it gets warm. Never mind. We're not going to talk about it anymore. Yeah, the disconnect is larger. So here's the point. Okay, the point being this. You probably got flustered because you're like, I want to amp in and beat. And they're like, no. So what happens? You autopilot. You autopilot because you're trying to figure out what to do next and you make a mistake. Even if you don't normally, even if this whole situation was really clunky, I want us to walk away from this fight with the understanding why it was wrong and how to fix it in the future. Because even if the reason that you made the mistake was something that's external, don't learn from this, right? Learn. Shut up, Dons. Nobody cares what you're saying. Literally. Okay. EU trash can. Don. Okay, here's the thing with Dons. You guys ready? There's skinny, and then there's I can actually see objects on the other side of you, and that's Dons. I actually have, I have a magnet of feed the poor children, and donate money. There's a picture of Duns on my refrigerator, a magnet of Duns. What happened? I skipped forward. Wait, what happened? So can I summarize a point again? I want you in amp speed whenever you engage or disengage, and then healing when you're in between. So at the epicenter, the zenith, the apex of engagement or disengagement, I want you in amp speed so that you give your tanks options with what they want to do. Amp speed. Now you have the option of whether you want to go in or whether you want to go out. Now right now, you're on amp speed. Kudos to you. This right here, the tail end, so you were on heal song, but when you actually amped, that was good. You were just on heal song for too long, and you amped too late. This is actually better than I thought. Somehow I missed this. But like right now, you're like redditing and you should be assisting, like you should be speeding your Rhine. Like your Rhine can clean up kills faster. He needs your help. This is both Lucio's wasting your time. Let him waste his time and you do what's right. I hope you die. I wish to goodness you had died. I would have laughed ecstatically. That's fine. I'll find my endorphin rush elsewhere. Please die. This is real-time speed right now, Zarya. There's a lot going on. This is fine. You're on heal song. Don't need to move. Don't need to move. Don't need to move. Speed song. Why? 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 Why are you on speed song? Fine, 6. Yes, yes. Okay, 6. Jump in. Here, let me get you an invite. You hear this kid? Do you know how needy this child is for affection? I would let you join, Dons, if we had a tank VOD review. And don't say, well, but I'm 4.4k on support. Idiot. 6 feet OW is the XT1 current Uprising Academy main support. I would, Dons. If we have a tank VOD, I'll let you join. Alright, there's 6. He's in. UA 6 feet. Let's see here. What role are we gonna give him? Teammates. We'll give him teammates. All right. He's in hangout. I'm gonna drag him in coaching. Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm gonna have. Do I have to double stream this?
No. I can just
deal with the delay.
Do you have a delay on or not?
I have a short delay. It's like 5 seconds, or not even that. Like 3 or 4 seconds.
I think it's fine.
All right. So do you want to introduce yourself briefly for the the people that living under a rock that don't know who you are?
Yeah, sure. So I am the main sport player for Uprising Academy.
Okay.
I am also Spilo's favorite student, favorite player on the team, and the best player on the team.
Right. Yeah. Right. Okay. Moving on then. We're gonna I've basically been harping a lot on like knowing his role, like how he's positioning himself around the core, like getting split off in these like side missions a lot. And then obviously we talked a little bit about the what song he's on. Is there anything that you've seen that like consistently popping up so far?
Yeah, for me, I think like the one thing for sure, Redditing was a little over the top. You know, I like your aggressive playstyle, but you really do have to like minimize the amount of time that you're away from your team. Like even now, how much aura value are you really getting, right? This is pre-fight. You should be getting all 5 people in the aura. Like I understand maybe there's flankers, but looking at your comp, there should be only one person that's really flanking, and that's Ball. And you just realize where you're positioning yourself and try to get the most aura value. And that comes with not redditing as much and like just staying more together with your core and understanding where your backline is at all times.
Do you think it also matters who you reddit on, like what the enemy team is running to?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like looking at their comp, there's really nobody you can solo kill like consistently. You know, if Kree has his cooldowns, you're dead. Moira, that's out of the question. And Lucio's pretty inconsistent. And yeah, we don't talk about the tank line or the Doomfist because Doomfist is out to kill you. You don't kill Doomfist.
Yeah. Okay, so like I guess we're starting this engage here. He kind of talked about how he was calling to aggressively beat here, but I guess if his team isn't really, apparently his team wasn't really buying into that, didn't want to do that. How would you use your beat at this point in the game? Do you think?
Well, I think you guys took like an extended fight here, right? And I'm assuming you're the ult tracker for your team. You know it's been an extended fight, and you know that you got a late beat, right? So one thing that should be on your mind is how much value did the tanks get? Did Zarya die? Because the grav, a lot of times if Zarya gets a lot of value, she can easily lap your beat. So here's what that's the one thing you have to keep in mind. What I'm gonna assume here is you obviously called for the aggressive beat. So I assume for this fight you're actually gonna use it, but you won't realize that the tank ults have actually come back online just because of how long the fight was and because of how early they used their ult and how late you actually got your beat. That's just my prediction.
He's saying right here, I'm trying to think and win the fight quickly before they can get a good grab off. Do you think that that's a appropriate response to like what we're seeing?
If we're talking about the macro scale, macro side of things, where we have all the information, you know, it's 99 to 62. We know what else they have. We know what else you have. This would actually be a pretty bad idea because all they have to do is literally walk in as 6 people and press all their Qs at once, and you guys die. You guys did have a few ults, I believe, at the beginning of the fight, which you guys could have cycled. But understanding that they have both tank ults coming up, your best chance for actually winning this map, this round, is probably to hold on to your beat to try to counter.
Okay.
But I like the aggressive play, though. But in this specific situation, that's probably not going to be the right call.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm going to turn down audio a little bit more chat, and then we're going to keep going. Okay. So what do you think about that amp? And I'll play it again. Obviously, I know you're on a delay, but like, what do you think about this amp here?
I'm not sure what the comps was like, but for me, it just looks like a waste. I don't know if your team was calling for the engage. This was okay, but obviously your Ryan was out of sync with the rest of your team. He was backing up as you guys were amping forward, as your ball tried to go in. So I think this was just a communication error. The amp kind of looked like a waste to me, to be honest.
Okay. I will say this, Yeti, that it looked like it was matched to their engage, so it did give you the Ryan the option of pushing up or disengaging. So at least, obviously, when you're in ranked, you're not going to have that level of synergy. So I don't think it was a bad amp. I just think obviously it could have been a little better. Engage was being called. Okay, then so there you go. Okay, and then I guess we get a little clunky here with our HP. We do take a fire strike, and then we kind of beat just to sustain. What are your thoughts on this beat?
Well, looking at it from a sustain point of view, it's really bad. But obviously, you guys don't have a lot of ults to work with, and being as aggressive as the enemy team was, I understand where you were coming from for the defensive beat. But obviously, accounting for the tank ults and how long the fight was, which is very hard to keep track of. Like, even I find myself sometimes losing track of tank ults mid-fight when fights go really long. This probably was not the best use for the beat because they have two very threatening ults coming up.
Yep. I mean, at least you did match two. Like, I guess that's something, but like Six is saying, that the two ones that you have to worry about are the ones that are going to be unchecked now. So that's going to be a little bit of concern. Okay. He is on core, so that's good. Like, he's assisting his Kree, his Mei, or his Ryan, excuse me. Yeah, again, like a little sketch, right? Like, what exactly are we accomplishing? And you can see it on the stream now. What exactly? I know we've got beat HP, but he's leading the charge, right? He's leading the charge directly into double CC and a Moira Zarya. Like, look at this right here, chat. You see this? This Kree is 1 second away from flashbang. And he died. We knew it. We knew it. There it is. Like, what would you have done there instead of that, I guess? Six.
Oh, are you asking me?
Yeah, sure.
I would have beated and really paid attention to team HP. Although beat is pretty, like, it gives you like a lot of HP. You really do have to utilize it at this point as a buffer to get more healing done for your team. Because if you look at it, look at the HP. If you want to rewind back to when he just beated and when it started to fade, you can see that like most of his team was already half HP, and I assume their Ana didn't get a lot of healing done either, right? So look at that. Right when you beat it, you're all literally still like half HP. It's still very dangerous. Like your Ryan's half, he has armor, but let's be honest, they're coming in with more ults. You could have used the beat for a buffer for your team. And this way you can have maybe slightly more sustain, or maybe even shut down the Zarya before she actually gets her grab off. Because that grab, you have no answers for. And if she gets it off, chances are you're going to lose the fight.
Okay, so, beat amp were okay. Better than what we've seen or so far. But obviously positioning, again, he goes Reddit on a composition where there's just nothing he can kill. Nothing gets value out of. And that's it. He's dead. It's over. So, okay. We will go on to the next round. Appreciate you doing the 6, by the way.
Yeah, no problem. I can do one more map, and then I gotta go get some.
Sure, we're gonna go over some Brig. So I guess if you could sum up what you saw of his Lucio briefly, what would you say would be like 1 or 2 really big things that he could work on moving forward?
I think really like going over a VOD by yourself and looking at what aura you're using at all times and is it effective. I think this was one of the biggest problems that I had personally back when I was a tier 3 player, was not realizing whether I was getting enough value from my aura or or not. And when I fixed that problem, I realized I was lapping beats on enemy tier 3 Lucios, and I was just getting beat a lot faster, like faster than Zarya, faster than Sombra EMP, and I just had beat whenever my team needed it. And that allowed me to learn, whether I should actually use beat for these situations or not. So overall, I think realizing your aura effectiveness and how much value you're getting out of aura at all times is a big thing.
Okay, sounds good. All right, we go on to Brig, and then hopefully we'll have something to give you for Brig. I guess looking at this composition here, again, you know, we kind of get the ranked giggles here. Like, I don't even know what this comp is right now. This is super scuffed. But I guess what would you say is his role in this composition? Like, let's just say he's in spawn, right? He has no idea what the enemy team is. First things first, what does he see in his comp that he should be enabling? Like, what do you see here?
Brig's strongest like non-alt or strongest ability that's not her alt is armor pack. Armor pack gives you 50 additional HP in armor, and that is huge for your DPS, especially when the enemy is not running a Brig. Can you imagine if your Kree is taking a duel with the Genji, and Kree has 250 HP with the armor against a Genji who doesn't have armor? Chances are, like, you swing that fight between a Genji versus Kree, maybe it's a 50-50 all the way to 75-25 just because of that bonus 50 HP. Yeah, exactly. Thick Kree. Like, that's what it is, honestly. And but yeah, her strongest ability is armor pack, so you definitely want to be supporting your DPS with armor pack.
Okay. Well, why is Nightbot saying hi, chat? What have you guys done? Anyway, okay. So you look at this comp. Who do you think you should be packing? And then what do you think like his role is within the composition as a whole?
Oh, are you asking me?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. So obviously your DPS. Realizing that you guys have a Pharah and a Kree, it's not going to be as too ideal to have that Pharah, because I feel like, in my opinion, if Pharah doesn't have a constant like resource pocket like a Mercy, Pharah's effectiveness is essentially cut by half. Like, if you think about it, Pharah with a pharmacy can flank around out of Brig LOS, and like if she had a Mercy, right, they can go anywhere around the map. But now, because you guys have a Brig with a Pharah, she kind of always has to be in range of Brig LOS and Brig Pack. Brig Pack has a long range, but on a map like Nightmare on Gardens, like the range is actually pretty like you don't want to overestimate.
Right.
So personally, I probably would have ran like an Echo, where Echo is slightly more mobile in terms of being able to flank and then return to the team, and maybe get value on the side by sniping. So that's the one change I definitely would have made. But yeah, overall, just packing your DPS and make sure they win their duels and they're able to stay in the fight for longer.
Okay, so pack your DPS here. I think I would probably prioritize the Pharah for right now, because you would really not want to have your Ana have to look up. Like, it's very easy for you to keep doing your role and just like briefly look up, throw armor pack, and then keep doing what you're doing. I also think Pharah is more likely to be the more mobile hero. And then against the enemy team's composition, like you want to always like assume that you're going to be protecting your flex support until proven otherwise. And right now you see that they're rolling out on. They've got Ball, they've got Genji, and even to a lesser extent, they're like Lucio as well. So your role here is going to be packing your Pharah and making sure that Genji, Ball don't actually kill your backline. Like, just remove them from the game. Genji, Ball should never ever be able to kill either your Ana or McCree against a Brig. They don't have enough burst dive. So pocket your Pharah, like Six was saying, and then obviously that's going to be a little tricky, but like, let's do it as best as you can. And then basically your backline should never die. If your backline doesn't die, you will win this fight, because the enemy comp has no damage. But if they die, it's going to be your fault. So we will see how we do here. Why would anyone run Pharah ever? Yeah, Pharah and Hog are probably the two worst heroes in the game right now.
I mean, Lucio's pretty bad too.
Lucio's pretty bad too, but Lucio at least has a niche.
Yeah, that's true. Rush comp.
Yeah, that's it right there. Like, chat, we just talked about like why Lucio doesn't have a role in dive anymore. You just saw it right there. Like, this is why Lucio doesn't have a role. He's literally just a brawl one-trick pony. Like, look at this. Kree is half HP. He gets armor packed. You instantly proc Inspire. Now, I don't know if you had... yeah, you didn't have Bash yet. But if you had Bash there, not only did you save your Kree, but this Genji's dead. Lucio can't do that.
You probably kill him too.
Yeah, you kill him. Yeah. This Genji's dead and the McCree's alive. And that's just Brig in a nutshell.
You can think of it like always being on amped heal for one target, or for multiple targets
actually,
depending
yeah.
on who you pack.
That's a good point.
It's just so much HP regen. Like it's impossible for a single flanker to kill anyone. The enemy team has to be super coordinated, and even like that, that's still pretty hard. Depending on pre-packs, of course.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, Lucio feeding.
Do you think a bash and a ball like this is a good choice? Like, what is your kind of theory when it comes to using CC against the ball or a situation like this?
My opinion?
Yeah.
If you see a ball like this and that's their kind of primary engagement, sometimes it might be worth it, depending on if your ball's really targeting your backline. For here example, I think ball was really deep alone in your front line, and everybody was looking at him, right? I think this could have been okay, but it does look like your team's target focus is a little off.
Yep.
Like sometimes you could get lucky and you could chain stun CC. Maybe you hit the bash and it hits the sleep with the anti-nade. Your Kree hits him with the flash, and then your Ryan could even pin. Honestly, like sometimes that might happen, and you just instantly blow up 600 HP from the ball, even if he has shielded before he went it. But obviously, this I think this bash was all right. You just have to focus on the next threat after stunning the ball, right? The ball's threat is now neutralized. He can't slam. He can't roll past your team. He kind of has to go back to his team. So what's the next threat?
True. That's a good point. Don't stay on the ball for too long because you've already kind of denied his threat. He doesn't do any damage. I think it's also worth noting as well, chat, that like look at the HP of the ball. If this ball was full HP, this bash becomes a lot less attractive to me because you've committed a long cooldown to somebody that you're probably not going to kill. The threat of the kill is kind of what makes the CC worth using, not just the peel it provides. Because this doesn't provide a lot of peel, this threatens a kill. And this only threatens a kill because he's half HP. So like Six was saying, immediately bash the ball, but turn your attention away.
That's good.
Somebody in chat says maybe bash ball and look to whip shot Winston.
Yeah, that's the play I normally look for. But obviously against a coordinated team, they're going to have both coming in at once, and it's going to be very hard to manage.
Also worth noting as well, just this is a minor thing, but this kind of stuff adds up. What do you think about this armor pack here? Right here. To me, that feels like a tremendous waste.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about like I guess you kind of have to look about it like a return on investment, just like armor packing the tanks kind of a thing.
For sure. I think mid fight is okay, but right now it's not so much of a mid fight rather than like your team's not very split. So if you think about Anna realistically can only heal one target at a time. Maybe she hits an 8, but if your Anna's getting pressured in the backline, she's focusing on surviving, you're helping her survive. You might have to pack the tanks from time to time. And that also, in turn gets you value on your ultimate. So I think mid-fight in a very chaotic scenario, packing tanks is fine. You giving sustain to the tanks is fine because your Anna is busy keeping herself alive. But in a situation like this, I think it would have been more worth it if your packs went to the DPS here. I'm not sure how your Kree dies here, but I'm assuming he did not get peeled. Maybe that pack would have went to him earlier, and maybe he would have survived.
I think it's also like this is an overheal pack too, so your Ryan's not taking any damage. He's full HP, and you gave him 50 extra HP. Like, why? Like, you gave him a 10% HP boost, whereas an armor pack on something like an Ana is, a 25% HP boost. It significantly means a lot more. And remember that armor pack is not unlimited here. Like, maybe you might need 2 armor packs to peel for your Ana in a second. You don't know this. Like, the return on investment is very low. It was mostly because we had just gotten 2 picks. I wanted to give him overheal to press the advantage. Right, but like if you want to press the advantage, then let him go forward and swing, and then once he starts taking damage, then you armor pack him. The overheal on Ryan is just meaningless. Would you agree with that, Six?
Yeah, 100%. Honestly, I probably look at every overheal on a tank as a waste because your DPS can use it so much more. Right? Again, this goes back to the duels. And this just goes back to having your DPS in the fight for longer before they have to get out.
Sure, yeah. And now we're
right here, packing tanks is fine. Yeah. Like this, he's critical. Your Ana can't heal because the monkey's in the backline. This is absolutely fine. Packing tanks.
It's a good little whip shot. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Stop hacking your Rhine, man. He's doing it again. You're gonna build rally by next fight anyway. Yeah, you got that last one. Okay. I guess the DPS kind of swaps up here a little bit. Like we'll let it play out just a little bit because the enemy team does make some swaps and they've got some swaps as well. Like your DPS changed. Does that change at all how you pack this much? And then I guess look at the enemy team and does our role change here much at all?
Oh, asking me?
Yeah.
I think it's still relatively the same. Now instead of ball, they have a hog, which now you have another job of doing. Maybe you whip shot the hog when he lands a hook, and you also have to whip shot the monkey, right? And obviously, I don't think they had a doom before.
No, they
right?
didn't. No.
Yeah, so that's another thing you have to realize. So obviously, pre-fight, I want you're all tracking, and especially pay attention to swaps because that's when people can catch you off guard. Is when you're all tracking, you're thinking about stuff, and then they suddenly swap comp, and then there's a threat that you don't think about, and that's gonna hit you in the back, which is maybe a doom, maybe a hog that can hook, or even with any ultimates as well, right? Like nano as well. So your job doesn't really change at all, except maybe you want to be pre-packing your DPS now instead of your tanks. Obviously, we told you that was a mistake, but I think pre-packing your DPS is probably or Anna is a priority now that they have a doom, they have a monkey, and especially a nano that's coming in.
Yep, true. Okay, sounds good. Let's see how we do. Ooh. Hey, nice armor.
Let's go.
Armor is so stupid strong against so many different things. Like I can't. How many? Like I think it screws over Roadhog really hard, right?
Armor pack?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you can one shot, to be honest.
I think you can.
Because it's individual pellets, right?
Yeah.
I think you can still one shot, but it depends on if they do the side hook with the move forward.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Wow. Would you say an armor pack in that kind of situation was okay? Like you can kind of look at the Rhine here. He gets a little bit bursted down. We didn't pre-pack a DPS, but like, what do you think about this armor pack like right here?
Play it. Oh yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. You're right. Literally just got chunked, and this is mainly on him. Most of the times you don't want to have to bail him out like this, but in this situation, packing him is absolutely fine. Yeah. There's a nano Rhine swing. Did he fire strike here? I didn't.
Did he pull? He pulled a Kron on us.
Yeah, he just pulled a Kron, I think. Yeah, no, this was absolutely fine. Like he was, as soon as you see him half HP, he gonna die.
There it is, guys. Die. Yeah.
Look at that. He fire striked.
He wide peaked.
Now this is his problem. Yeah, this is his issue.
Yeah.
Like nothing else. Like let him make the mistakes. Honestly, let him die. Let him learn why he shouldn't do that. But this is absolutely fine. In an official, by all means, pack him.
Yes.
He's leading.
Can you point out the error here that's actually incredibly important given the circumstance?
For the Brig?
Yes. Actually, don't say it. See if chat. See if chat. See if chat can pick it up. See if chat can pick it up. Somebody in chat tell me what the mistake is here. Pull a chrono. Huh. No, rally was fine. Like I think you can't really pop rally earlier because you can't really engage on them past this choke because it's super scary. So the rally timing is fine. Armor pack is fine. Wrong cooldown, yeah. Well, it's not just the wrong cooldown. Like, bashing Doom out of punch is probably fine. But, like, you have to be very, very careful right here. Because what's the danger here, chat? Now, he ends up being okay, and he does bash them out of punch and all that stuff, which is fine. Like, so it's maybe not so much of an error as it is something that you have to watch out for. What does he need to watch out for? Like, Nano Rhine. You guys see this? Your Nano Rhine. And you don't have shield bash. Now, why would you want to have shield bash against a nanoed Rhine? Chat. Yeah, he just crushes Brig. Yeah, you need to run away. So, in this particular instance, it's probably fine because you needed to kill the Doom, or stun the Doom before he punched you up against the wall. But you need to know your danger here. This is a nano Rhine. You should be S-King, and then the second he drops shield, try and land a whip shot. Would you agree with that, 6?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if he gets the lucky double hit off, you're literally dead. Like you're half HP, your armor just recovers. But if their Rhine was any good, you would have been dead.
Yeah. Okay. Easy cleanup. Hanzo dice. Unfortunate.
Fortunate indeed.
I'm not seeing a lot of pre-packing on DPS. Are you?
Yeah, that's definitely one
Can we
of the
talk?
things
Can we
that-
talk about this though? Because I think pre-packing in DPS is important to understand like context behind it. So like,
Sure.
let me get to a good point here. Where does it? When does the Doom die? Doom dies. They nano the Rhine. Skip back a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get to like right pre-engage because I want this to be understood. So right now, well, let's come a little bit further back. This is where I would say pre-packing your Kree is really low value. You don't really want to pre-pack your Kree now because he's just standing behind shield, right? He's not actively taking an angle or trying to make a play or taking any space at all, right? So he's not split, so he's just kind of sitting here. Now, as soon as your Kree moves over here, this is when you pack, right? Because he's actually making a play. Do you guys, if you guys were in my stream yesterday where we talked about who the Harmony Orb is in, right? And how Kathy or whoever was on Hanzo and he was like kind of like off-angling a lot, and our Zen was like instead Harmony Orbing the Sigma or the Orisa, and the Hanzo is just getting like screwed. So like in this instance here, this is like you don't really need to Harmony Orb / armor pack your Bakri here. But this is when like the term pre-packing starts to come up. This is where I want him to pre-pack. Would you agree with the 6? Like, I guess, wait till a second, right here.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also one right after you pre-pack, your eyes should no longer be at the front of the fight. Your Ryan can take care of the front line, and maybe you pack Ryan over here is absolutely fine. Your job is now to look for the Doom, because that is the biggest threat on their team.
Sure. Okay. Okay, so something to think about. Clean up. Got one more fight, maybe. Maybe.
Unlucky.
Okay. So, I can hear somebody behind him. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Who dat?
Babo.
Actually, Babo.
Yeah. You know, this is like, again, kind of looking at, kind of like, this is honestly the same problem as Lucio, right? Where he doesn't really know what his job is, so he's just like, I need to be doing something, right? Meanwhile, there's like people that are going to die because he's not doing his job. So I want to see how this plays out, actually. We're going to proc Inspire, we're going to bash, we're going to, oh, wow, Kree just crushes him. Yeah, Alpha. But yeah, that's a potential problem. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And if the Doom was any more competent, he wouldn't have made that noise of him actually punching across or engaging off the bridge, because that was a hard throw. Or maybe, did the Doom have to touch there? I don't think so. There looks like the Ryan was prepping their touch.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you want to be playing around threats. You don't want to be depending on your enemies to mess up, right?
Right.
Obviously, you can kind of see there's a few things that the enemies did wrong and a few things that you did wrong. But you always want to be playing to the level of where if the enemies don't make a mistake, like you still win them, right? You don't want to be depending on other people's mistakes.
Would you have any, like, what would be, so we talked about Lucio, like how he's managing his aura, his song, like getting the most value out of that. So we didn't see a lot of Brig there. Obviously, they kind of rolled them, but I think there were a couple of things that showed up. What would you say would be like one big thing that stood out to you that he could be working on in his Brig or with his Brig?
Yeah, definitely. So I think the biggest thing that popped out was just pre-packing your DPS and understanding when you need a pre-pack, and like realize the strength of Brig pre-pack, right? Either it's for your backline or your DPS, and you don't want to be wasting your pre-packs pre-fight, like on your tanks, right? You don't want to be giving them the armor, rather than you want to be giving your DPS the armor when they're off angling, when they're about to take the flank.
Right.
So I think if you focus on that and looking back sometimes for your DPS, see where they're positioned and packing them, like that's gonna take your Brig to the next level.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Six. I appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, no problem. It was fun. I'm gonna go get some food.
Okay.
Have fun with the rest of the
All right. I will do my best, teammate. Okay, we keep going, boys. That was 6 feet. Seth VOD time, bless. Yes, it's Seth VOD time. Ugh. So I tried the Tracer Ashe setup that Dynasty in Blizzard World, and before it stomped. Yeah, Tracer Ashe is dirty comp. Dirty comp. Don't, he says I love you, but he doesn't. He doesn't know who any of you are. You're all nobodies. I don't love you. He doesn't love you. Nobody loves you. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna get rolling. Let's review Seth on his Tracer. Lovely. Identify all possible Spilo equals 5-4. You keep saying that. Repeating lies doesn't actually make it the truth, so just so you're right. Okay, why is my... Okay, it is working. It didn't work for a second. Wait, now it's not working. Wait, no, my stream is just super delayed. What the heck? I have to refresh. Hang on a second. Just mad? Who are you? Sorry, who are you? If he give you money, will he love us? No, but you can try. What makes Tracer Ashe viable? Like super high spam with dive threat? Tracer Ashe is viable because pocketed, like Ashe is really strong and she deals with enemy, and Tracer is really strong. And like right now, you want to pick DPS that's either Echo or deals with Echo well. Because if you don't, you're going to have a hard time. Ashe deals with Echo just fine, and Tracer deals with Echo just fine too. Are you getting these from Discord? Yes. Here's 5 cents. Shut up, Yeti. I'm not gonna dance.
That's good, man.
Okay, what do we got here compositionally wise? Moira Lucio. That sucks. Feels bad, man. But can you hard dive it? No, you can't. No, you can't, because if you're at least if you're playing it with Bat Brig, which you should be, or Zen Brig, which you should be, you can't. Because it has, like, Ashe is not super easy to dive. She's kind of easy to dive, but she's not super easy to dive because she's got Coach Gun, which is like a pretty reliable defensive cooldown. Because you have Armor Pack, because you have Lamp, because you have Matrix, or whatever that you're playing it with, like Arisa Sigma, and because Tracer's not anti-dive, because she is a dive hero, but like having Tracer means that you can always match the enemy Tracer, which makes diving a lot harder. Like Tracer's actually, like if like for example, running Tracer Ashe instead of Echo Ashe means that you could deal with enemy dives almost better, because whereas Echo could put an immense amount of damage on the enemy tanks, Tracer can like match enemy Tracers and match the monkey and make it a lot harder for them to dive. Like it's staging against a good Tracer is really hard. I mean, you can dive that, yes, but it's not like absolutely you can dive Ashe Tracer, but it is not a counter. It's not. What are you doing? What does this say? Why, hello there, gorgeous. It's talking to me. Thank you. Am I gorgeous? Oh, nice. I am. But it's not like you could easily dive Ashe Tracer, but it's not a counter comp at all. Do you think we'll see a lot less Tracer in the Overwatch League now with Brig being out of the pool? Yeah, probably. Like, Tracer's pretty good with Harmony Orb, and Tracer's just strong in general, but yeah, you will see less, almost for certain. Who's coaching you? Who's coaching you right now? Is this the last VOD? No, I'll probably do one more after this. I'm trying to get 3 in today. I'm not doing Overwatch League analysis, so... I mean, Tracer loves Brig for health back, but she knows is the pool. I mean, no, because Brig, unless you're bad, you don't get bashed. Like Tracers just don't get bashed anymore, unless you're bad. And the thing is with the Tracer right now is since the fall off change, so that she does more damage at like 10, 13 meters or whatever, she actually does so much more damage against tanks than she did. So like, the thing with Tracer is like before, it was like you needed to be up close to your targets to do a lot of damage. Now you don't need to be up close to do more damage to your targets. You could be at like a relatively decent range and still do fine. Like she's actually so much more flexible than she used to be. She's probably one of the probably top 3 strongest DPS heroes right now, or top 4. Isn't Tracer soft countered by Brig? No. Tracer's not countered by Brig. Tracer loves Brig. Tracer doesn't want to necessarily, like, she doesn't like rally. Enemy rally makes it really hard, but rally is literally the only thing that Brig provides that Tracer has to really worry about. Armor Pack is annoying, but like, again, as Tracer, you don't have to worry about Armor Pack. Okay, like, oh, I don't have to kill backline, fine, I'll just shoot tanks. You Armor Pack backline, fine, I'll just shoot tanks, I'll build pulse, and I'm gonna stick your Brig. Will Ryan Zarya be viable now? I don't know. I haven't looked at the hero pools. I'm not theory crafting on stream right now. Yeah. I mean, Tracer Ashe isn't great with high ground. You generally actually want to run Tracer Ashe where you have maps that have like fewer high grounds or at least very good flanks. Because if it has a map, if it's a map with a ton of high ground, you'd rather go Ashe Echo instead. Echo is very similar to Tracer. She just likes high ground more. When the Ryan, when should I play Zarya or D.Va? What are you doing, Seth? Zarya is fine if you can play it slower. D.Va is better if you can play it faster. Like D.Va is better against spam. Zarya is not better against Brawl, but more consistent against Brawl. All right, last question, and then I'm moving on. So, if I get top 500 by autumn and get to the Polish team for a rocket to review a Game of Ours, yes, I will. Okay, what are we doing here? Okay, so you're running Moira Lucio. You have no armor pack. You're running Orisa Hog Doom. There's really nothing that you can dive with you. Doomfist, you can help you a little bit, but like Doom tends to do his own thing. So I want you to take, like, I swear, we literally just reviewed this FUD. I think you did, Seth. You literally sent in the same map, didn't you? Dude, Seth, are you 5? I've already coached this VOD. Wait, how old is this VOD? This VOD is 7 months old, or 6 months old. Am I being, like, trolled? I'm being trolled. I'm being trolled. I'm being trolled. I am being trolled. This is why children should be locked in their, like, high chairs or cribs or bassinets or whatever these stupid EU people call them. I'm being trolled. I'm being trolled. Okay, we're moving on to the next VOD then. Guardy sends in console Ashe. Let's go. We just talked about Ashe. Console Pog Champ. Let's go. Away, 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 away. Sorry, boys. This dude, I swear. Okay. Console Ashe Gold. Stuff to go over. Yep, skippity doo. And Epic Pen is still pulled up because Epic Pen just doesn't like to be put down. I feel cheated out of Tracer, I know, right? I was kind of looking forward to it. Tracer is actually like super fun. What am I looking at here? Guardy 2. Okay, question. Anybody that plays console in here, really quick question, and I want this to be as non-insulting, like, I don't want this to come across the wrong way or to be rude or, like, you know, irate. I'm just honestly curious. Why do mouth-breathing trash cans, absolute fungus, like all of you, absolute garbage human beings, why do you put stupid numbers in your names? Guardy 2? Why? Lefty 1 arm 1293? What is wrong with you, you mouth? Professor Chaos 133. Okay. What is wrong with you console players? You have literally single digit brain cells. Look at this. 2, 1, 2, 9, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 have numbers in their names. Why? You know, this isn't cool. Dark Moon would be an okay name, but Dark Moon 1424 isn't cool. Overwatch, you don't, like, I assume it's the same in console, right? You can choose the same name as other people, right? It's okay. Right? I'm not crazy, right? You can't? Wait, you can't? What? Okay, so that's stupid. Okay. So then the question is, why 1293? Lefty 1 arm. There can't be that many lefty 1 arms, right? Are alchemists? Are there that many alchemists? You have to be kidding me, right? I Guardy 2. Okay, I'll cut you some slack for that one, okay? I can imagine there being a Guardy out there. But lefty arm, 1, 2, why? Yes, but do you know 1,292 lefty 1 arms? Is getting reviewed by Overwatch School? Oh, okay. Overwatch School is getting trolled. Yeah, his birthday. Right, that's it. He's 727 years old. Right, of course. Perfect. Makes perfect sense. Okay. Anyway, console players suck. Back to the dungeon with all of you. Your comp is actually pretty okay. Like Orisa Ball's a little weird, but Orisa Ball's a lot better than like Rhine Ball or Diva Ball, not Diva Ball, but like Hog Ball, you know, Sigma Ball. Orisa Ball's okay because like Orisa can kind of play like a main tank, and she's kind of like a standalone tank. She doesn't need support like a Reinhardt does or a Winston does, so she just kind of does her own thing, and a Ball can kind of do his own thing. So you've got two tanks that can do their own thing, but you're not out of a lack of a main tank. You're okay. And Ball is very flexible with how he can play too. So composition's good. You got double spam with Ana Mercy. That's a good support lineup. Soldier Ashe, good support lineup. Your comp is good. Their comp is actually trash can. They're running a Lucio comp with full spam. Lucio and Zarya with full spam. This is good. This is good, but these don't match. So your job here is you have a Mercy pocket, looks like. So that's awesome. Maybe not, because Mercies in console are dumb as rocks. Okay, so maybe you don't have a Mercy pocket. But what you do have is you have an immense amount of space and nobody that can dive you. The only person on the enemy team that you need to worry about is this little sucker right here. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? This little sucker right here. She's the only person that can threaten you. There's no Tracer. There's no Winston. There's no Widow. There's no Genji. There's nobody. So what I want you to do is I want you to position yourself in a way to where you're near corners. So like this is probably okay right here. Start. But near corners. As long as you stand out in the open, you can almost play literally wherever you want. Why are you saying shh? What does this mean? Why is Zanzibar making a lot of weird faces in my chat? Isn't Far also busted in console or something? I think so, yeah. I don't know a lot about console. Please stop taking a duel with a pocketed Ashe. Please. She has the advantage. Do not take that duel. Okay. Wow. Wow, that's awkward. She's still getting the res. You looked down the coach gun, but you didn't have it. Haha, idiot. You do realize that the dynamite was completely stationary, right? Ah! My favorite part about this is the pocketed Ashe comes up here and just starts cranking away. She has no idea. I just want to see this Ashe's POV for a second. Okay, sorry guys. I promise I'm not going to be too distracted here. Where are we at? Okay, this is actually excellent right here. I want to see this. This is actually excellent. Say hello to my little friend. What is that? Okay. Your team seems to be. Don't do this. Don't guess dynamite. Don't guess dynamite. If you want to do this dynamite and spawn and then run away, don't. That's fine. But I promise you, I will literally like I will like bet my left leg that you're going to see somebody poking out in the next 10 seconds. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. And what are you not gonna have? You're not gonna have dynamite. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Bingo! There's your dynamite right here. There's your dynamite. Where's your dynamite? Oh, you don't have it anymore. Your team is actually brain dead. Okay, there we go. There, okay, another dynamite. And by the time you get the dynamite, it might be too late because that Orisa's gonna have shield again. Let's actually see here. Yeah, Orisa's about to have shield. She's 4 seconds away from it. Are you gonna get the dynamite in time? Because this is gonna be absolutely fat. Please, 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 dynamite, please, dynamite, please, please, please. Oh, and now you dynamite. Lovely! You're a moron. Awesome. Back to bronze with you. So, like, positioning's a little sloppy here. You're kind of just dynamiting randomly. Like, there's not saying, hey, there's red, I dynamite that. You're just like, oh, maybe there's somebody there. I might check for it. Dynamite, 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 dynamite. Why you know dynamite? There's red enemies there. There's red enemies there. Red enemies there. Do it. Yes, yes, yes. Very good, very good. That was good. That was good. That was good. I mean, it wasn't spectacular. Sorry, but it was all right. You know. You're passing this Ashe, even though she's been pocketed for most of the game. An ult charge. It's a fat bongo. Oh, wow, you barely hit it. Okay, I was about to be very sad. Nice. You sit in this VOD because you did that, didn't you? You're like, we're gonna think I'm so good, right? Right. Nice. Bob it. Bob it. Bob it. What? Bob it. Bob. You have nano bob. Nano. Oh no. Oh no. What have you done? Chat? Okay. What is wrong with this Robert? Yes, he's got bad sightlines. Yes, this is a terrible angle. Like, okay, so then, like, where would be better? Where would be better, chat? Just everything. Just bob. Literally. You guys ready for a bad bob to a good bob? Here's the angle adjustment. If you bob on this stinking little metal bar here, the Zarya dice, and the Ashe dice, and the Lucio dice, and the Orisa dice, and these guys are zoned. The entire the Volskaya industry implodes upon itself. It's an apocalyptic victory. You want to bob behind people, but you don't want to bob like in a cave. Hey, there's a big scary bear in here, okay? He's wearing an apron. Come get him. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could just, it's so easy to hide from this. You could have just bobbed right here. So I don't care if this is what it was an accident. Oh, I meant to bob here, I messed it up. I don't care. If this is the kind of bob that you do accidentally, you need to accidentally find a way to do it better, because this is trash can. I'm making physically ill right now, okay? I'm ashamed of you, Sue. I'm ashamed of you. Secondhand embarrassment right now, okay? Does Nano Bob have an X? From what I know, Nano Ashe is actually a Nano Bob, if that makes sense. This is about a month old, but Nano Bob didn't actually do anything. It healed him, but he didn't get damage resistance, and he didn't get damage boost. But if you nanoed Ashe, Bob got the benefits. I don't know. You guys need to go test that. Yeah, Nano Bob last I checked, Nano Bob actually did nothing except for the heal, and you waste your dynamite. Awesome. Well, it's too bad you didn't have a good Bob. Take the L, idiot. Idiot. Bad dynamites, bad Bob, mediocre positioning. When in doubt, actually just bob at enemy. Right. If you're not sure, just throw it at a red enemy, because they'll knock him up in the air and the damage is actually pretty significant. And then, like, you might not get a great crossfire, but you'll get, like, some pretty juicy... You're just actually demolishing this person. I don't really like you doing this because there's no real reason for you to take this duel. Like, just wait for... Because, like, the problem I have with this... Okay, so this is the problem I have with this duel. You're actually alpha-ing this person. This person just go ahead and uninstall and never play Overwatch again because they're getting spanked. But what's the problem with this duel right here? Do you guys see the problem with this duel? It's a very, very important concept that snipers and just DPS players in general need to understand. What's the problem with this duel? New streaming schedule? No, this is just me, like, having some time off. And then I'm basically starting this weekend, though, so it doesn't last long. Unnecessary risk or no real payoff. Right, but why is this more risky? Okay? Why is this more risky? Our Ashe is under more pressure than the other Ashe. Fundamentally, this Ashe can be healed, and the enemy team can shoot you. But my question is who on your team is shooting the enemy team? Do you see any blue here? Do you see any blue? Are any of these guys being shot at by your team at all? I mean, you're on the right track, spinal leg stork. I can't believe I just said that sentence. But you're not even completely correct, because it's not even it isn't a fair fight. It's a fair fight. It's not a fair fight for you. This is a disadvantageous fight, because it is easier for this Mercy to pocket this Ashe. They have res, or not they have res. They are much more resable location. They have halt. The Orisa could be shooting you. The Zarya could be shooting you. The Junkrat could be nobody in your team is helping you or can even possibly help you right now. Look at your team. Look at your team. And look at you. Now if your team is up here, it's a fair fight, and then fine, go for it. Whatever. there's a new wait, we need to okay. Hang on. Before we even do the exclamation mark, VOD. Hang on. Oh, never mind, it doesn't work. No. Dang it. Yeah, so there's nothing wrong with taking the duel here, even if it's even, okay? Right? Like, at a higher rank, we'll talk about taking dirty duels. But, like, right now, I would prefer you to... Hey, Stork, thanks for the sub, mate. Appreciate it. Like, I would rather you play here, right? Because you get a good sightline, but, like, once they cross this threshold and they're in your sightline, they don't only have to worry about you. They have to worry about your ball, your Orisa, your soldier, all that stuff. Don't take 1v6s. This is the sniper equivalent. Hey, Lakshmi, hello. I knew it was you. By the way, he was in the Overwatch SVP stuff. But this is the sniper. Is this an axe? How have I never seen this before? Okay. This is the equivalent of a 1v6. This is a sniper 1v6. You guys see this, right? You guys understand what that concept means? This is a sniper 1v6. This is a sniper 1v6. It doesn't feel like a 1v6 because I'm like, I'm safe, guys. And if they didn't have a sniper, if they had no way of punishing you for doing this, they're all like brawl heroes and they couldn't reach you, then this is fine just for a little bit. But if you're actively taking a duel here, this is a 1v6. Because they could throw everything at you, bubble, res, pocket, halt, shield, spam, anything, and your team can do nothing. Okay, so you alpha this Ashe, but you don't need to. You can wait till it's actually a fair fight. You're really overstaying your welcome here. Again, look at this. Look what you're doing. Look at what you're doing right now. You're still 1v6ing. You're still 1v6ing. These guys can. Ooh, that was scary. Like you're on a. Like kudos to your Ana. She's really working.
I am the hype train conductor. What does that mean?
I don't have anything clever to say, so I'm just gonna stay in there and smile. Okay, back to the VOD. Thank you for the bits. Okay, your Ana is doing her best to try and help you, but like she's the only one that can, and she's the only one that's trying, and she's the only one that's even in a position to. This is not good. Like at the very least, if you're going to do this, do it when your ball's in there, right? Like now, this is a lot less of a throw, right? Because look what's happening. Look what's happening. You see this? Your ball's going in. Now, if I was coaching this ball, I'd be like, what are you doing, ball? Like, you don't want to slam in when you're outside of your Orisa and soldier, because like the chances of you getting a kill here are very low. Very low. Because yeah, the Mercy might feed, you might get a kill, great job. But the chances of them peeling this and then killing your ball are higher because again, your ball's not getting the Orisa damage, the soldier damage, the Mercy appeal, the on appeal. Because it's not, he doesn't necessarily need healing right now, but he needs damage. Like if he's gonna commit his cooldowns, there better be follow-up to it. And right now, there's zero chance of follow-up because his team is positioned across the map. What the balls should do, and what you should do, is let them push up to here, and then you can go in. Because then if they peel the ball, that means that these Orisa, Soldier, Ana, and Mercy are free to do whatever they want. Does that make sense? It is about taking fights as 6, as often as you can. And I don't mean walking in and fighting the enemy team, because that's like a Reinhardt fundamental way of doing it. But I don't care if you're playing ball or snipers or tracer or Genji. Like, don't commit cooldowns unless your tanks are in a position to do stuff. And then when you go in, then you can actually do stuff. No, Seth, you sent me a 6-month-old VOD that I've already reviewed. All right. So yeah, this is not great. And do you see what's happening now? How G-Feast thinks of the fall. How did this happen? How did you get those kills? 1, your Ana pocketed you. 2, your ball slammed. 3, you got damage boosted for the last little bit. So yes, it wasn't a 6v6. I am a little disappointed. But it was a 4v6. No, I haven't. I already have reviewed the VOD 6 months ago. Can I send another one, he asked me. Son, you're driving me to drinking. I've never hit the HDO this hard. You're bad, to be honest. Yeah, you think? Nice work, Sherlock. Great work. So this, like the little bit at the end there where you got value out of the ball slam and the damage boost, that was good. Like take notes from that. Take notes that that felt good. You got extra damage, extra kills, and it felt way safer because your team went out of their way to help you. But next time, either in voice ask for them to help you, or play, even better, more consistently, play around your tanks. Don't ask your tanks to come and help you. Do what they do. That's why they're tanks, right? You do what they do. If they play back here, fine, you play back here. If they play up here, great, you play up here. If they play in their spawn and your wrist is right here, then guess where you're playing? You're playing up here. Obey your tanks, whether it's Ball, Diva, Hog, Tracer, Orisa, okay? Sorry for real, it's fine, brother. I'm just giving you a hard time. He killed Ashe before. Yeah, but yeah, true. Again, there's still an Ashe here. This is dangerous. Be careful. Okay. I mean, I guess if Risha just does that, like. You're either sending me a pop-off game, or you're smurfing. Like, I know the enemy team is garbage, but this is gold. This is gold console. Like, this is just what gold console is gonna look like. Yeah, you could honestly resend one. Honestly, resend one, mate, and like maybe we can get it in tomorrow. We'll see, or this weekend. But that dynamite. And again, I'm less angry at this because look at what's happening. Ana, Ball, Mercy's on the way to pocket you. So. This is still not great. You're up a couple, so you got to be careful. But this is less bad than what you've been consistently doing. You should be coach gunning halts whenever they have a sniper. You don't eat the halt. That's a good way to die. In other words, when you get halted and they have a sniper, you need to coach gun away. Like even when you get halt, like it won't necessarily break the halt, but it will at least move you more unpredictably. This is a problem. Okay, this is a problem. Chat, do you see the problem here? It's the same concept we've been hammering again, and I'm not stopping. I refuse to stop. Saw your soul. Tracer is a tank. I mean, she creates a lot of space, that's for sure. What's the problem? What's the problem? Hello? Answer me. Send me cash. But seriously, what's the problem here? 1v6. The entire enemy team can focus you down. Again, if you want to start this engagement as you see your ball go in, I would be less angry. But you started and then your ball followed. You are trying to dictate what your tanks are doing, and you're darn lucky that your balls had your butt the last 2 fights. And you still almost die. I mean, I told you so. Helen Keller saw this coming, and she's dead, okay? This is bad. This is bad. That's not good. And the thing is, it's not even like a positioning problem. It's a positioning problem that's contextually bad, because you are choosing the bad position. It's not like, oh, I need to position more around corners. No, you just need to look at where my team is and position around that. If your tanks are pushed up, that positioning is fine. You got a great side lane, high ground for dynamite, juicy stuff, right? But you're positioning there like your entire team is playing around you, and they're not. They're back on point. Why did you... Oh, you tried to... I guess you tried to... I know what you're trying to do there, but it made 0 sense. Somehow a high charge Zarya is starting to kill you. That's actually incredible. Hey. The rodents in this house are really bad. Okay, and then now you're dead. Awesome. If you use your coach gun and the enemy pushes it next up, so you can't escape the other high ground. True, true. If you go to the high ground too early, or like too early or late or whatever, then yeah, you won't have the coach gun to move. She is grouchy. Spilo will never make compliments. What? What are you guys talking about? Gotta go. I see you later. Yeah, I probably will do one more or ask Spilo. Like how long? Much longer?
I don't know.
To, yeah, for cooking and stuff. For you finishing up your servant work.
I don't know.
Like 45. Is that too late?
Mari wants to eat now.
Yeah, well, she wants to eat now. Mari, you want to eat? Just give her a little bit because I already gave her dinner, I think.
Aww.
Yeah. I only invent insults. I'm not that clever. I don't invent insults. No, I didn't. No. Like before stream.
Can she do tricks?
My niece. What?
Can she do tricks for everyone?
I just mean she can try. Yeah, quickly.
Come here, Mari.
Chat, you know how I'm an educational streamer? Yeah, well, we're not anymore.
Come here, Mari. Mari.
There's the
Can you
bushy.
hear?
Yeah, you can.
Come here.
That's an exercise ball, yeah?
Come here. Mari. Look. Come here.
She's dumb as rocks, I swear.
Come here. Mari, sit. Sit.
There's the sit.
Good girl. Jump. 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 Good girl.
Yeah, she does the little sitting thing. She's too fat now to jump, so that's
She
that.
doesn't really jump. She just kind of stands there.
That I don't swear? When did I swear? What are you talking about?
I don't know.
She's gonna throw up. She's gonna throw up. What? Yeah, that's not jumping? Okay, whatever, kid. It's the fat kid jump, you know? She's doing her best. Don't hate. Yeah, that's fine, Seth. It's probably fine.
Slow jumper.
Alright. Alright, we're getting back into it. You gotta hit those dynamites. Oh, you did hit it. Nice. You accidentally hit it. They just like kind of stayed in there. Mari jumps as well as you play Overwatch. She's not that bad. Let's not be rude. I like this position, by the way. This is a really good position. Obviously, it costs you coach gun, but like you have such great LOS. You get a little dynamite. Maybe you could pull some attention to yourself, and then you could back out really easily. Pretty good position here. My only caveat, well, you just choked with your dynamite, but yeah, you definitely want to have dynamite when you do go up here. Please don't take this duel. You're so low. Again, you're at a significant disadvantage. If she hits you first, don't take the duel. You're out. You're out of dodge, Chief. Because then she could just body shot you and kill you. So get out of here. Can you please come over and pet Mari? Honestly, dude, if you want to come over, it'd be fine with me. This is excellent. Please help me. Did the sim just get down, Miss? I don't know. Please, just shoot the tank. 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 Thank you. Now, yeah, see? Okay, back. Okay, never mind. Every single time I try and teach you something, you just do something bad. I said back because you were low HP. Honestly, you probably should have backed even earlier than that, simply because you did take a body shot. You were at 115 HP taking that duel, which, you know, not really worth. What defines a good off angle and a bad off angle? I mean, in what regard? Good in what regard and bad in what regard? I mean, high ground, proximity to your team's LOS, the ability to back off, like, endless. Like, go back and watch the sim kill again? Alright. I cannot believe I'm wasting my life looking at this. Oh, okay. Let's watch this. Okay. You're right. That was excellent. That's great. That's actually pretty good. Could he have stayed up there if he'd moved behind the crate? Yeah. So if he had moved to like here, it'd been way better. Way better. Yoink, yoink. Much better. Which one of the things is priority? I don't know. don't know, dude. I'm just not hot into the whole conceptual, like, what defines off angle? What is space in Overwatch? Nobody gives a rip, man. Like, just focus on the basics. Like, good position, bad position. There's some basics that are like, there's some basics that are worth your time, and some basics just aren't. Knowing what's a good off angle and a bad off angle is like, I don't know, man. What am I watching here? Is this like a sitcom? Like, what's going on here? See, this Ashe is doing what you did, which is a feed, right? Now, your team is just, like, all over the place, so she's getting away with it, but she really... well, I mean, maybe this isn't a feed considering your team is all over the place. I mean, when your team is spread like that, yeah, that works. Squealing like a girl? What are you talking about? That's racist. Honestly, you could bob this. Your team, you have enough alive to where this is winnable. Oh, chat, do you see this dynamite? Why are you dynamiting the shield? You have a whole, like, part of the map. It's not even like you're like, oh, I'm not gonna hit. Just dynamite over the shield. You've done it a million times. Why did you throw it at the shield? Bob, 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 bob. Why are you waiting to bob? Bob, bob now. Oh. Oh, please. Dude, why? What are you waiting for? For the Prime Minister to jog to your door and deliver a handwritten letter from the Queen? Please, Bob, sir? Or ma'am? What are you waiting for, dude?
Sorry, it's very squeaky.
Oh, that's fine. Dude, this is insulting. Please, please, please don't do that ever again. I want to make sure that we've won the fight before we bob. Dude, you had the entire team alive. Your team had already regrouped. Why are you not bobbing? Why? Polenta Potente 21, thanks for the follow. I really hope I didn't say something really offensive in like Portuguese or something. Every single time something I'm not familiar with follows, I'm always paranoid. Spilo is losing it, implies I ever had it. Okay. So, chat, chat. You guys want some juicy irony here? Okay. Ironic, okay? I think this is ironic. Yeah, it's ironic, whatever. That's ironic. It's ironic because I say so. Remember when Guardy was on this high ground earlier? Remember that? Remember that? Remember how he was being a bad boy 1v6ing? Well, now we've flip-flopped roles, and he's on the low ground now, right? And the enemy Ashe is up on the high ground. But the irony is my boy is still 1v6ing, even though the roles have been reversed. Because now he's on the low ground, but he's still playing with his Ana in spawn, his Hog here, and his Sigma behind him. And the enemy Ashe has Mercy Pocket, Symmetra, Orisa, all to herself. You flip-flopped, and you're still 1v6ing. Excellent. Look at you. At least you have Pocket now. So it's not a hard 1v6. Lucy's like, hey. That's Sigma almost died to a solo Symmetra turret. Okay, now here's what I want you to do. I want you to bob. Bob. You could bob and point. You could do it. You could do it. You could do it. Because here's what's going to happen. You bob and point. Half of them are going to turn around and deal with Bob. Half of them are going to stay in high ground. And the half that stays on high ground is going to die. Bob. Okay. Bob now. Bob now. Bob. 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 GG's. GG's. I will brush my hair to make myself look like a 14 or 11-year-old schoolboy if this doesn't win the fight. If you guys don't full cap off of this, I will do something humiliating. Why are you pushing this far forward? Why are you on point? You do realize how dangerous it is and how much easier if you literally just sat here and shot whatever was in front of you. You do more damage. You don't get to do more damage by being up closer. You do less damage because it's harder for you to see. It's harder for you to hit your shots. Ha! Please lose. Ha ha ha! Suck it, chat. Idiots. We'll watch a little bit more. But there's some serious positioning problems. You're too close. You're not in your cover. You take long sightlines way in front of your team. And then, you know, stuff like that. Ooh, crispy. Nice. Your accuracy is there's no way that, like, if you actually position yourself properly, you'd be gold console. I must be missing something. This looks like gold PC, or like high gold PC. And no offense, but like, I mean, you can't aim in console, and this still looks decent. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're sitting behind your Orisa shield. You're sitting behind your Orisa shield. Look at this. Look. Why did you drop? There's no Ashe. They're running Reaper May. May Icicle. A little scary, right? But why are you dropping? Why are you standing here? Go play McCree if you're going to do this. Or Junkrat. You'll do more. Why? Long sightline and the Reaper kills you. Can we do hammer time? We'll see. So they did use nano, so that's a plus. I'm gonna laugh at this dynamite. Wow, that's actually impressive. That Ryan's gonna die. I mean, probably not the play, but worth, sure. I don't blame you for trying. Certainly felt winnable. If you'd been a little bit more aware of that Reaper, you might have actually won that. And this is still winnable. So, I mean, oh, that's really bad. Your Junkrat just lost his tire. Nice dynamite. Unfortunate. Josh won out here. Alpha male. No, we're doing one more VOD review. Yes, sir. Sorry, guys. Why are you doing this? Uninstall. You just stop dynamiting shields. Oh, this will be good. Just shift them. Just shift. You died with the shift against the Reaper. Phenomenal. Spilo's like a lucky charm after watching. We get a 6K coincidence. I think not. I mean, listen, buddy. If you get a 6K, it's not only a coincidence. It's just flat out lie. There's no way. No. Okay, we're done with the VOD. All done. All done. Spaghetti-o. Okay. Wait, here's something said? Yeah. You can't find your sunglasses? Dude, you had them down there. Did they fall off in your head while you were running?
No, I think I left them in there.
No, you had them on. You must have left them in your princess.
I got back in the car.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I generally avoid making eye contact with you as much as I possibly can. Anyway, yeah, positioning for you specifically, like, you know, I wouldn't say like corners cover is a huge thing with you, but definitely it seems like you push up too far forward. Like play your sightlines around where your team is holding. Like, let's just focus on that. Play your sightlines around where your team is holding. That's a very niche thing, but it should have a pretty big impact on how you're playing. And it's something that I see a lot of snipers do, where they're like, oh, I'm a sniper, I have 1,000,000 range, so I can just play wherever I want. I can just, you know, push up ahead and try and kill 6 people, like, as they're pushing from spawn. But remember, that kind of stuff only works if they don't have anything that should come after you. If they have a Winston, they have a Genji, if they have a Widow or Ashe or a Hanzo of their own, they're either going to kill you or force every single cooldown, and then you're going to be out of position when the fight actually starts. So play around your tanks. Look at your tanks, play around your tanks. Zero Zerone. 001. Thank you for the follow. I will be coming back tomorrow for my VOD review and it will be done. Okay. Oh yeah, Mike. My bad. Ow! Well, I'll do one. We'll do this one, and then we'll do some Ask Spilo at the end. And then we'll have I hopefully can review a couple more times this weekend. Couple more times, hopefully. You keep saying Mike muted. Keep saying Mike muted. Keep saying it. Keep saying it. I dare you. Why is this guy playing Zarya Ball Sigma? What kind of a hero pool is that? Yeah, good point, Pink Roger. Okay, playing around your tanks doesn't mean playing behind your tanks. It means take those off angles, take those high grounds in locations where your tank can do stuff. Like, take a high ground around point, you know? Like, remember how you were on high ground at the start of the first defense of Volskaya? That was good, because your tanks were shooting the choke, and you were shooting the choke from a different angle. That was good. But yeah. Be careful, Spilo, your mic is unmuted. Boy, I really hate... Thanks, guys. Got a man's back. Also, this is Scrimmer. This is my shot caller. What I play? Okay. This is the one where you feed? I don't know. Is it? I don't know. What scrim is this? Oh, Dragonfly in the enemy team. Oh, okay. Josh on Hog. Well, okay. Wait, TCC. I know that. I don't think it's the same person, though. Okay, Josh. Let's time to get angry. You're gonna feed. Ah, lovely. Well, I mean, that's how is that different from anything else that we've ever gone over before? That's like saying, you know, my cat's gonna meow. Oh, really? Thank you. Wasn't sure about that. Wasn't sure. I thought cats barked. Okay.
Barked?
Barked.
I thought they said barked.
No, bark. Yeah, bark. Cats bark, of course. Okay. Really quickly here, you're playing a pretty much standard rush comp, but with Junkrat. That's kind of an unusual one. Now, Junkrat is like... Junkrat's good on this map. Like, Junkrat is good on this map. Now, I don't recommend it at like the very, very, very top tier scene, but you can 100% get away with Junkrat here. So basically, what you're playing is like a brawl comp, but your brawl comp is actually kind of spammy. I would probably prefer the Ana over the Moira here if you're going to be going with like the spammier brawl, because Moira's going to run out of healing eventually. The SDS for the follow, and Moira also kind of wants to play faster, whereas you guys want to play. You're running a brawl comp, but you actually want to play slow. You have a Lucio to be able to kite out and to engage when you want to engage, but like you really want to get your Zarya charge, you want to get your Kree in chunk time to spam, etc. So I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the Moira here. Everything else is fine. Like the Junkrat's kind of meany, but you know it'll work. Enemy team running a mirror comp, but with a diva. Their comp, if they play it faster, is going to be a lot better, but ironically, they're running on instead of Moira. So you guys if you guys flip-flop supports, you guys would have good comps. Because, like, they're playing the Diva, they want to play a little bit faster. You're playing the Zarya, you want to play a little bit slower. You're so excited, roast your heart. You're making me uncomfortable now. Okay. So the big thing with Zarya, and the thing that I'm going to be, like, screaming myself hoarse over, is your bubble timing. And you must, I don't care if you're ringing for a scrim, I don't care if you're playing ranked, you must establish your bubble communication so that every single bubble you're running is taking space or holding space, one or the other. Every single time. So when you go, like, if your Rhine is not dropping shield and swinging with your bubble every single time, unless you're just bubbling early for charge and he's just like getting a little extra charge, then you're throwing. What does playing faster, playing slower mean? I would say the team with the Diva generally wants to play faster earlier. The team with the Zarya wants to play faster later. So when I say playing slower, I don't necessarily mean always playing slow. I just mean you don't play fast from the very beginning, because you want to get your Zarya charged, because you have a lot of damage. You want to get your Zarya charged, and then when your Zarya's charged, you can play fast. Whereas the Diva doesn't gain efficacy the later the fight goes on. She's got 600 HP, she's got her cooldown, so she wants to win that fight early before Zarya gets charged. The longer the fight goes on, the more powerful the Zarya team's going to go. So right now, I want to see bubble swings. And if I don't see bubble swings, I'm going to be angry. Unlucky. Happens. No. Never mind that, there was about a 60-foot gap between, your Rhine and the enemy Rhine, and even if you bubbled the Rhine now, there would be 0 swings. Your Rhine would just be walking forward, taking damage, but that's okay. We're okay. By the way, chat, just so we're all clear, why does it matter that I want us bubbling Rhine during his swings? Because if you think about it, if you bubble Rhine here, you're still going to be blocking damage for your Rhine, right? Like, it's either the shield or your bubble, right? So you ultimately, if you don't bubble him now, he might take a little bit of extra damage as he goes in, right? If you bubble him now, he doesn't take that extra damage, and then he just swings for free. But why do you want to bubble here and not here, even though the HP protective value is the exact same? CC, yes. If you bubble him here, where do you think the enemy Rhine's gonna flashbang this? No, there's no flashbang here. There's no the Ana might sleep dart him here, but probably not super likely. When there's actually a threat of CC, and especially burst damage up close, that's when bubble's gonna get more value. Okay, and you also want to make doubly sure that he's actually taking space too. So yeah, this is horrendous. This is you are running into Junkrat and you're at 0 charge. And you're still at 0 charge. Okay, you guys have basically lost this fight. It's already over. This is literally over. I cannot possibly see you guys winning this unless the enemy team just chokes. You guys have no space, you have no bubbles. And you have no space because you have no bubbles. You managed to get charge. And yeah. It's over. You just can't win that. You can't win that. If you muff both bubbles against a comp that you should be at 90 charge or 80 charge at, instantly, it's over. Nico 17, thanks for the follow. D.Va gets more value than Zarya in direct shield spam. No, she doesn't. Zarya does. As long as Zarya is over like 50 or 60 charge, Zarya does. Depends on the distance as well. D.Va like point blank, maybe, but D.Va point blank is probably not going to be shooting shield anyway. Okay. This is okay if you're just building charge. But this means that your Rhine cannot, read my lips, cannot engage for 8 more seconds. If this is an engage bubble, guys are going in, then this is a trash bubble. I assume it's not, because I have a semblance of hope for you, because you're supposedly masters. Right? Right? Okay, now chill. Boy, that... If only there was a way that you could, block sleep dart. So yeah, they just nano Rhine. You're out of the fight. Like, this is actually a crucial error, because even though you do kill the Ana, you're not alive for when it matters the most. Because you guys trade, PogChamp, wonderful, wonderful. But this is where we need bubble. This bubble saves your Rhine and allows your Rhine to match the enemy Rhine in D.Va with their aggression, and you can go in hard on their backline with your person right now. You're 100 charge. This on is dead if you block Sleep Dart. This McCree is dead as well. And then you're on point and you can zap them from behind. So not blocking that was actually terrible. And this is why I didn't like the Moira either. You've not had an opportunity to get any space you can push with cool. Yes, this is going to be the last one. Rab, I'm going to get you again this weekend. Okay, great. You should be saying, hey, Ryan, can you get charged for me? You should not be pushing here. Okay, you are pushing. Okay, again, is this, chat, is this a good bubble? Is this a good engagement bubble? Is this a good engagement bubble? No, it's not. It's terrible. It's too early. If you're going to stand at choke, listen to me. If you're going to stand at choke and build charge and then just chill and then go back in, this bubble is great. This is instant 40 charge. Look, bang. But that's not what you're doing. You guys are going in with coalescence. If you're going in with coalescence, you don't need bubble right now. You would want to keep pushing and bubble here. Does that make sense? So if you're having a hard time with this kind of bubble stuff, you need to talk with the team. Ryan, call when you want bubble, or I'll bubble you when you go in. One or the other. You could say, Ryan, I've got bubble in 3, something like that. But this is horrendous. This is a charge bubble, but you're taking space with it. So it ends up finding low value. Now, luckily, the enemy team backs off. But if the enemy team pushed this now with their own support ult, you guys would be screwed because they still have bubbles and you don't. Or they still have their cooldowns because they're not running Zarya, and you don't. So you want to use bubbles to where you can get charge, but they can't push you. Or you want to use bubbles to push them hard. So then even if they match your bubble, you've already got space with your bubble. It doesn't matter. So you don't need to bubbling first is fine, but you need to get some serious swings on it. If you use waste bubble, you're in trouble. Bubble for swings or bubble for charge. Bubble for swings, bubble for charge. If it's somewhere in between, like this, then it's a bad bubble. At least you got charge, but that's not exactly impressive. That bubble is probably fine. I can reasonably sing him getting pinned there. I also am very appreciative that you have not wasted your personal bubble. A lot of Zaryas at this tier would have immediately used personal bubble in the middle of the fray, even though that they're already at 100 charge, and even though they're already 400 HP. Right now, you should literally never use your personal bubble unless you are being focused. You're at 100 charge. Why would you use your personal bubble? Waste. I literally just complimented for you, and you've already wasted. You don't need to go in hard here. You have a beam. 100 charge beam. You're at 400 HP. If you're going to personal bubble, you're going to personal bubble when you're actually focused. You are still at almost full HP. Kree is ulting though? What? What are you talking about? Am I just behind or what? Okay, bubble. At least he was taking space. In a devolved fight, it's obviously a lot harder to gauge. Again, questionable personal bubble. You could have gotten slept there. If you just walk forward, dare the Ana to sleep you. Right now. Why do you need to personal bubble this? Let's get back just a little bit further. Why are you personal bubbling this? Are you bubbling Ana damage? What are you bubbling here? You're at 350 HP. You still have probably easily 100 HP to work around. No, let me clarify. Do not ever use your personal bubble unless you might die. Or you need to block an important cooldown or CC. Like maybe you could personal bubble to block a shadow or something like that. You could still use your projected bubble to enable your team to go in more aggressively. So like you bubbled your Ryan there to take some extra space. That's still useful. But personal bubbling here, worthless. I mean, it might accidentally find value because you might accidentally body block for your Lucio, but I doubt that's why you're personally bubbling here. You're just like, oh, I see damage, I press bubble. But right now, do you see the danger now? You could get slapped, you could get shattered, and you don't have your bubble. Spilo's back. This is probably okay. I mean, for 8 charge, I guess, whatever. Like, you're not going to get punished for it. So you're full charge here. You're going to projected bubble on an engage here. You do not projected bubble for charge. I don't know why you're walking in front of your Rhine. I do not like that. Okay. I mean, I guess it works because they're rotating and you're going to get charged. That one's okay. That one's okay because you guys were not going to commit on them and they were not going to commit on you. So that was essentially like a close charge bubble. In other words, a very close, I'm going to get charge off of this bubble. Going hard. This is a great position. You can grab this if you want. Walk into them. What I want you to do is next time this happens, when you have personal bubble, I want you to, this is a fat grab, I want you to walk into the middle of their grab, right-click the floor and punch, and press your personal bubble. You'll split their healing and their damage significantly. And as long as they don't, and you do this when they don't have a support ult, you hear me? When they don't have beat and they're not going to survive it. I mean, honestly, if they have beat, you can actually cut beat. But yeah, you do so much damage and you screw up their ability to peel the ult. There's some right clicks in there, so that was good, but yeah, you guys way over ult. Shatter, Coal, Rip Tire, and Graph. Really, Shatter, Graph was all you needed. Okay, I need you spamming. Spam choke hard. Spam choke hard. Spam, 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 spam. Keep spamming. You're literally another Junkrat right now. Again, it's fine because they're rotating, so be very careful if they just push through there. That would have been problematic, but doubtful that they would do that. So again, that bubble's fine. Hopefully they don't push. This is cute, but be careful. That's a good bubble. That's a good bubble, not because Ana could shoot at you, but because you saw Sleep Dart and you blocked it with personal. Now this Ana dies. She just whiffed her grab too, or nade. You should have killed the Ana, but this is fine. Swapping the... You are providing immense value right now. Bubble unlucky, he gets booped back. Would have liked to have bubbled him in, not bubbled him out, but it was because he got booped. Great positioning there, by the way. That off angle on that high ground, as long as you have your personal bubble, immensely valuable. Ooh, be careful. They're staggering so hard. I would grab this Junkrat if I were you. I'd grab him. 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 Totally grab him. They're not going to get another fight at 6 if you grab him. Maybe I not would have. It was 85%. Maybe not. Terrible bubble. Terrible bubble. Unless your Rhine is going to sit AFK, this is a terrible bubble, right? Because think about it. What is your Rhine about to do here? What is your Rhine about to do here? He's about to go in, right? He's going to get pinned. He's going to swing. He's going to pin. Something's going to happen here. And you just chucked your bubble on top of him. And now what? Now what's he supposed to do? This does nothing. This gets 0 charge. Now your Rhine's going in. And what does he not have? Bubble! This is where bubble's immensely useful. Not only is it useful for your Rhine, it's useful for you because you would guarantee charge. This Ana can get slept. This Rhine can get slept. This Rhine can get flashed. This Rhine could get shattered. Your bubble can also block shatter. You know that as well as I do. And instead, this is so bad, man. Ana's choking so hard. Okay. We'll watch. So listen, bubble for charge or bubble on swings. Nothing in between, please. Any questions on that? I don't want to watch ball. Chat, do you have any questions? Okay, good. And that's why communication is very important, because there's a lot of, oh, I thought you were going in, so I bubbled you. That's why communication is important. That's why I'm a lot more lenient on bubble usage and ranked, because it's a lot harder to know like when your Rhine is actually swinging or not. Okay, Sigma, let's roll. So you're playing a symmetric comp with a Kree. Your comp's a little weird. I'd probably prefer it to have a Batiste instead. And I'd probably prefer it to have a May instead as well. But Kree is fine, especially if you expect these guys to play pharmacy. This actually works out nicely. Your job here is just to survive. Your job is to survive and hopefully at some point eventually push out to the enemy team. Now they're playing a Rhine, which means that you very, very reasonably can kill this Rhine. If they were playing Orisa, this would be a little harder, but they're playing Rhine, which means that you have a much higher chance of actually going in there and killing them. Your job here is to zone the Farah and then pressure the enemy tanks. You can't kill Farah. You can't completely deny Farah. You can't completely block her damage. You're not D.Va. I mean, D.Va can't do it either, but D.Va can do it better. So you can't stop Farah from doing stuff, but you can kind of spook her a little bit. Spook the Farah and then push her tanks. But this is going to be weird because this is not normally the comp that you play Sig into. This works, but this is a very niche strategy. So I'm a little concerned about coaching this because like this is not how you normally play Sig. You're used to like playing Sig in like spam wars and taking off angles, but you're not really taking off angles in this comp. The only reason that people run Sigma here is because he demands a little bit less healing than D.Va, and he's a little bit more flexible with the Symmetra. Like there's another shield for your Symmetra to play around with. So it's a super niche strat, so this is going to be weird to coach. You know, I don't want to watch ball because you're probably not going to play ball. Like, you're not a ball player. Off-things rarely, if ever, play ball. Dalton been told to bubble second? No, never. No, bubbling second is like saying, I'm going to walk outside with an umbrella, and therefore it will rain. It's like, oh, if you bubble second, then you'll have the bubble advantage. Yeah, but what? But do you think that the first bubble rotation that the enemy team just used did nothing? No. Go first. Just make sure that it's a good bubble. Bubbling second has no inherent advantage over bubbling first. It's like, oh, always counter ult. No. It just depends on who has the better ult or who has the better bubble. Who gets more swings? Who blocks more? Who gets more charge? Who blocks more cooldowns? No, it was an important thing in GOATs. Bubbling second was a myth spat around by a bunch of moronic tier 3 coaches. Bubbling second was never an actual thing by actually good teams and good coaches. Why would you bubble second when you could get the same value and get your cooldown back faster? If you bubble first in GOATs and you got big swings, it didn't matter if the enemy team had bubbles to follow up because their Rhine was half HP and they had no space and you were higher charge earlier. Squeezing cooldowns is about getting as much value out of the cooldown as possible. It has nothing to do with doing it later. Now, if you want to say, don't just bubble and then, like, when people say they don't have bubbles, push, that meant they wasted bubbles, push. Does that make sense? So if we go back to when, I'm not going to, but like when this person was playing Zarya, and they would use their bubble when the Rhine wasn't close, and the Rhine wasn't getting any swings, they were just using bubbles to get charged, but it was really bad. If I'm the enemy team and I had a Zarya, I would say, they have no bubbles, push. But I'm doing that, but I'm saying that not because they bubbled first, but because they bubbled first and their bubbles were bad. They didn't get any space. They didn't get any swings. If you have a bubbled Reinhardt on top of you, swinging and cleaving your Reinhardt, your Zarya, and your Kree or whatever, and not like hitting you guys, taking a lot of space, doing a lot of damage, you don't then go, bubble me, Zarya, we're going to win the fight because we're going to bubble second. No, you have to match bubbles. Otherwise, you get bullied out of space, their Zarya's higher charge, and then you have to try and come back in with your bubbles. Yeah, so bubbling second is not a thing. It will never, ever be a thing. Just like using your Sigma Rock second or using your Doomfist Punch second is never really a thing. Like, that was only it's about, like, that can be a strategy, but that's not the best way to doing it. That's just an option. I know there was a guide put out by a very well-known coach that very heavily pushed on bubbling second, but that guide was incorrect. That is not how you played goats, and that's not how you're supposed to play Overwatch. Okay, yeah, Pharah is just gonna melt you guys. I do say though that like I think this Pharah took this angle earlier. This Pharah took the angle earlier. The Pharah needs to flank here, so I assume that's what you did. What about using Fortify second? I mean, if the enemy Orisa used Fortify first and got a lot more damage and a lot more space for her team, and she took a corner or a section of the map away from you, it doesn't matter if you have Fortify because you've already lost the space. And now you have to push back in with your Fortify. Great work, but you've already lost the space. They got more value to the cooldown than you did. Using a cooldown second only makes sense if you have a strategy that means that you will get more value out of the cooldown. For example, in the Doomfist Reaper meta, the meta of punching second was only because you could catch the enemy Doomfist. It was a specific strategy that could punish inexperienced Doomfists. It wasn't because punching second was always better, it just was a trick that you could do. For example, maybe there was a GOATS team out there that learned that, hey, we can use our speed boost to kite their initial bubbles and then bubble engage with our amp speed second. That makes sense because what you're doing is you're using your bubble second strategy to force them to do bad bubbles, right? You can speed out, make the Rhine misses his swings, and then you go in with your bubbles. And then they got bad bubbles, we get good bubbles. But the point of that isn't to bubble second, it's to have a strategy around bubbling second that makes your bubbles better. If you can kite their bubble without giving up too much space and taking swings, then bubble second, do so. Yeah, Shredhead Max, that's basically accurate. Yeah, if you can reasonably kite bubbles, sure. That's not something that you want to look to always do, but if you can make their bubbles not get any value out of it, and then you can follow up with your bubbles, great. Then bubbling second's totally fine. Should Sigma and Ryan each take a door here? Yeah, probably. Especially because you know their Pharah is going to flank. Pharah has to, so like, yeah, so this is unfortunate. This is not, like, you need to be matching their Pharah with your shield, but this is kind of unfortunate. But yeah, you need to be at least attempting to block the Pharah. That is your job. It's not your job to completely deal with her, but like what you're doing right now is something that you should have been doing earlier. So like the Pharah landed some really nice rockets from here, but this is your responsibility at least to somewhat mitigate. You're still the off tank. You're either off-angling yourself or you're dealing with the off-angle. It's good that you guys push here. You guys need to keep pushing. There's zero chance that you win this fight unless you pop off. And the only way you pop off is by playing hyper-aggressive. You're playing way too defensive right now. It's not really your fault. I assume that's just what was called, so. Yeah, Sigma mechanics aren't super great. Ball Monkey is very situational. So big thing was just not matching the enemy. Like you want to match the enemy mobile DPS. Can we make that a thing? Anything that has an off angle or is mobile, you want to match that outside of like a tracer. And even then, you want to be aware of it. Reaper, flanking Hanzo, flanking Sniper. Shoot, Ashe, Pharah, those are your responsibilities. Anything that takes an angle that you need to peel or deal with or pressure, it's your responsibility. I'm glad that you're checking for Pharah here. Oh, wow, that would have been crazy. I don't know if you would have killed her. Interesting shift. Your team is feeding. Yeah. However, if they are going to be pushing Pharah here, you need to go with him because you are the one that's going to prevent them from getting killed. Remember, okay, think of it this way. If you were playing D.Va, you would come here and you would fly up at the Pharah and you'd hopefully, eat Concussive Blast, but like you would pressure the Pharah a little bit, eat the rockets, make sure that your team could rotate safely. Now, this is a moronic rotation. This is a terrible rotation from your team, okay? But if your team actually has a chance of making this if you're there to help them. This doesn't happen if you're matching Pharah. You're going to shield this. There's no call to push the Pharah? Right, but use your eyeballs. Like, hey, my team is running Lucio. We are playing together as a team. I'm going to stay with my team, right? You can set up your off angle later, but like, you should be helping this. I don't know what you're doing. You're in La La Land. Like, you're spamming open space. You're literally spamming open space instead of helping your team. Your team is trying to move. They need your help. This is the unfortunate thing is this is kind of what I talked about. You're playing Ryan Sigma. How often do you play Ryan Sigma as a brawl comp? It doesn't really happen very often, so this is just tough to coach. This is a very niche composition. It's not a terrible comp, but it's very niche. Shift there is okay. Take some. This is bad. I mean, this isn't bad. This isn't great, though. I would prefer you to flux just a tad later, but so your team could like actually follow up a bit more. But yeah, it's not terrible. Huge pin from your Ryan. Ballsy as all get out, and it pays off. But again, there, I will say this though. You're still forgetting that Pharah is your responsibility. Like, it's not your responsibility to kill Pharah. It's not your responsibility to completely zone Pharah. It's your responsibility to encourage, to discourage Pharah. Right now, they're down 2. Where's the Pharah? Immediately. You're slow. And you shouldn't be surprised by pharmacies taking angles like this, especially on this map. That's the only thing they can do. That was kind of smart. You knew she had Valk, so, you know, feed a little old charge. Insultante. Hello. Should Sigma be rotating around the right near Mega when first entering the door if the enemy team is holding close now? So like, in other words, if your team is pushing through this, if the enemy team is holding close, you would come this way. Yeah, that'd be good if they were holding close. But they're not going to be holding close. They're running spam, so. At least they're not going to be holding like super close. I don't like your rock usage either. You just kind of huck them at the Rhine shield. It's probably the worst way to use them. Again, holy crap. Pharah flanking? What is this magical thing that she has called the flight ability? And now you have no shield. Questionable. And again, you don't have to actively chase the Pharah. If she's doing this, this is not a lot you can do here, okay? What you're concerned about is when she does this, okay? This is when simultaneously she's more threatening, but also you could do more stuff about it, right? Because she's going to be closer. Nice rock. That's what you rock. Like, that actually threatened to kill there. Okay. Ryan Sigma is my main comp, and Gold Ring team is running the Scrub Kit tournament. I mean, it's not a terrible comp. It's just weird. It's unorthodox. It's like an anti-spam brawlish comp, but it's like very specific spam. It's better up against Ryan Sigma is better up against like, so like you would run Ryan Sigma if you wanted to play brawl into snipers on Havana. So like let's say the other team is running like Arista Sig and you wanted to play brawl into that, you would run Ryan Sigma. And you wouldn't run Ryan Diva because the map is so long or so big that it would take Diva forever to fly and harass snipers, and she'd probably get chunked and die. You use the Sigma instead because the shielding, and the long range is better enables Sigma than it does Diva. Now Diva would probably be a little bit stronger on second point in Havana because the sightings are shorter. But Sigma is like more of a specific choice up against spammier stuff, and it's generally more sniper stuff. Like against this Pharah, definitely should be on Diva here. You should not be in Sigma still here. But like if this team was running like Widowmaker, Hanzo, like BAP, and they're running spam, and you guys wanted to play brawl into this, Sigma would not be bad here. How is it that I can contest her when she's that far away? You don't. You shield. You shield some of the Pharah spam, and then you let some of the Pharah spam go. And then you shield some of it, and you let it go. And then when she gets closer, that's when you start shooting. When I mean contest Pharah, I mean just, like, sometimes I mean shoot her, but if you can't shoot her, then obviously there's nothing you do. How often do I get the chance to review 4.5k level scrims? I mean, I review 4.6k level scrims on, like, twice a day, but, you know, I mean, on stream, not very often.
Step Rider.
Okay. Nothing to say here. Just keep your eyes on Farah. Don't let her clutch. Don't let her even trade. Don't even let her kill a squishy. Classic VOD. Gold Ashe boys. Okay, at least we're learning. That's not your fault. Your Ashe can't be dying to that. Just here's what I want you to do. She's too far away. Chuck a shield here for a second and get some spam in. Check your butt cheeks. Chuck a shield and get some spam in. Now, right now, are we gonna forget about the Farah? Yes, we are. Your Ana just saved your entire team. Just so you're aware. You're gonna walk away from this fight feeling like a champion, like, oh my gosh, I beat up the core, nice job. But your Ana literally just saved the team. Okay, I want you to watch this. This is what happens when you forget completely about the... And again, this could be Hanzo, this could be Reaper, this could be anybody that you as an off-tank have to deal with. This is your responsibility, right? I'm not just saying this is a pharmacy specific thing. This is an off-angle DPS. You just saved your butt. You need to deal with that. That is a barrage coming. Even if it's just turning around, throwing some shots at her. I'm not technically an AL coach. I work for an Overwatch League organization, but I'm an academy coach. Okay. Again, check your shield here, and then flex. Just that mindset of like, I'm gonna like provide an obstruction for that off angle. The flux, by the way, is really good. Fat fluxes. Please stop being surprised that this Farah is doing stuff. She's in your face. You can deal with that. Okay, so again, I want to try and take something away from this that's actually applicable to other games as well, because this is super niche. This is a map specific thing, a compositional specific thing, and it's in a scrim. So you're going to go into ranked and you're not going to deal with this situation at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to generalize, and we're going to pull a concept out of this like a tooth. It's going to be painful, but there might actually be something worth pulling. Okay, what I want you to treat this as, learning concept wise, is that the pharmacy is operating like an off angle DPS, an off angle ranged DPS. So what I want you to think about it is that it is your responsibility as Sigma to deal with the off-angles. MKS, thanks to the... Oh, Tom Scottman, thank you, mate. It is your job to deal with the off-angle threats here. I don't care if it's Pharmacy, Hanzo, Widow, whatever. You don't have to go actively chase them, but harass them when they're in range, shield them when they're threatening your team, and then you can pressure whatever. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions, Josh? This was a weird round for you, for sure. Zarya stuff pretty straightforward, but this is not straightforward at all. Did you feel like you understood? Like, is this a good reminder to you? Like, I'm probably not telling you anything you didn't already know, at least with dealing with the off-angle DPS. But remember, my job isn't always to present new and wonderful information. My job is probably to remind you of stuff that you probably already knew, but that you need to be reminded of that you're choking on, at least in a specific circumstance. Yeah, and by flankers, I don't necessarily mean Tracer and Sombras, because Sigma really doesn't really do great against Tracer or Sombra. You're not really, it's hard land primary fire. It's hard appeal for them. I'm talking about more like the spammy stuff, right? The spammier heroes. That's what Sigma's good against, right? I mean, that's why you run Orisa Sig. It's not just, doesn't only enable your Hanzo a lot, it screws over their Hanzo. So it's more checking off-angles often rather than trying to hard counter them because they got range. I mean, it depends on the situation. Like, Sigma has pretty good range. Sigma is dominant at holding off-angles. But yeah, like, if in this circumstance here, there's nothing that he could do, like actively killing the pharmacy, right? There's nothing you can do. Do not ever use Zarya bubbles early. No, that's not what I said. If you can use Zarya bubbles as early as you'd like if A, they're specifically used to get charge, not to get space. So you stand at the choke, say, Ryan, drop your shield on my bubble, you'll get charged. Or B, you can use them early if your Rhine is able to get swings. Does that make sense? Use bubble. It doesn't matter early, late, literally wipe the timing out of your mind. I bubble my Rhine on swings, or I bubble my Rhine when he's standing still for charge. Oh, early when you're engaging? Yeah, I just bubble for swings. That's it. If your Rhine can't swing on the enemy Rhine yet, I would probably avoid bubbling. You want to bubble when he's swinging on the enemy, on something. Orisa, Rhine, something like that, generally. Now, obviously, there are circumstances where, like, you know, maybe you're playing Ryan Zarya into, like, Pharmacy Winston Diva. Then, yeah, it's kind of hard to bubble anything there. But, like, 90% of the time, it's going to be on swings. Orion Sigma. Should Sigma play off angle like an Orisa Sigma? Maybe a softer off angle. It's kind of hard to say. Like, Ryan Sigma comps, yeah, I would definitely use some sort of off angle for sure. But, like, maybe not as deep. Did Stylos say Diva stay behind? I mean, I don't. It's not a surprise. Like, Stylos is what, like GM? You know, he's just a random GM content creator. He's not a coach. I'd say probably 85-90% of what Stylos says is probably pretty helpful and useful if you want to get to like Plat or Diamond or something like that. But yeah, you want to bubble when your Ryan can actually do something with a bubble, like where he's, yeah. No worries, man. Okay.